On this very goal, Amber Rivers shot the game-winning shot that solidified Troy's win tonight. And from this very spot, Amber Rivers said in the moment, she felt like the ball wasn't even there. A weekend like this is one of the biggest revenues for the city of Columbus, Georgia. In a game that saw the Trojans score first and keep that lead all the way throughout the game, the Trojans finished this game 38-17 versus the South Alabama Jags. During our Rookathon, participants get a chance to step in the shoes of those soldiers who have served before them as well who are serving now. They wear these backpacks, which are called rucks. As you can see, the cages are back up and running and full of eager batters. This has been Antonio Reese.
The Chattahoochee Valley community welcomed the National Association of Intercollegiate Athletics as it held its annual National Swimming and Diving Championships.
This is the NAI Men's and Women's Swimming and Diving National Championships. We have 30 teams here from across the United States qualifying to fight for that title of national champion.
There's over $635,000 that's spent this week by the NAIA, the teams, the spectators, the family that have traveled here, that they spend here in our local economy.
The NAIA Swimming and Diving Championship consists of a number of the top teams in the conference and spans from coast to coast.
The teams, again, are qualifying up until their deadline, working hard all season. They have to meet qualifying standards to be here. So these are the top-notch swimmers of the NAI all in one place here in Columbus, Georgia.
One swimmer competing in the competitions calls Columbus home and discusses what it means to compete in the competition.
It's really exciting to see swimming and such a high level competition come to Columbus, especially I remember when this pool was first built and all the hype over it, and it's nice to see more people from all over the country coming to see it. So it's a lot of fun.
Reporting from Columbus, Antonio Reese, WTVM News Leader 9.
The Trojans now have bragging rights over South Alabama after securing the battle for the belt this past Tuesday following their 38-17 victory. From the starting drive until the very end, the Trojans never took their foot off the gas as they led the Jags the entire game. From offense to defense, both fired on all cylinders, coming up big and ultimately securing the belt for the Trojans. The Trojans scored not once, not twice, not even 3 times, but 5 different times in the first half to give them a hefty 31-17 lead going into the half. In a game that saw the Trojans score first and keep that lead all the way throughout the game, the Trojans finished this game 38-17 versus the South Alabama Jags. A key factor from that game came from quarterback Sawyer Smith, who contributed for 4 of the 5 touchdowns scored on the night. Smith goes on to discuss what worked for him in leading his team to victory.
Everybody around me, Damian Willis kind of started the game off for me and got me a lot of confidence right there with that. He made a really good play on the ball, caught a really good, made a really good play. Just on his defender, just one-on-one. And after that, I had a lot of confidence. And then DeAndre Douglas caught the touchdown pass. And after that, it was kind of I wouldn't say smooth sailing. I didn't have a perfect game, obviously, but everybody around me played their tails off, and that really helped.
Smith also discusses how more posed he felt in his preparation this week compared to his start last week versus Liberty.
I was more confident in my preparation. I prepared really well. I think Coach Reagan, Coach Brown did a really good job staying on me all week. Our GA, Tyler Allen, he watched film with me every day, in between classes and everything. Just my preparation was really good this week, and I wouldn't say I did I didn't do a bad job at it the week before, but it was way better this week.
All right, that just happened. Now you're down by 1.7 seconds left in the game. What do you do? When it came to the Trojan women's basketball team last Thursday night, the answer was simple: get open. On this very goal, Amber Rivers shot the game-winning shot that solidified Troy's win tonight. And from this very spot, Amber Rivers said in the moment, she felt like the ball wasn't even there.
I didn't know I had the ball in my hands. I just kind of threw it up there.
Troy women's basketball team was able to defeat the Jacksonville Dolphins 89-88 after a hard-fought game that saw several lead changes, including a few in the last 5 seconds of the game. Head coach Chandler Rigby says she feels that the win was unreal.
It's still kind of unreal. I mean, I think y'all should send this into ESPN because we had 3 lead changes and 5 points scored in 2 seconds, I think, in maybe 2.5 seconds. That was unbelievable. She hit a NBA 3 with us in her face. I don't even think she could see the goal. She hit that. We got the timeout, advanced the ball. I'm so glad they changed that rule and just ran a play, and Amber got it with 1 second and scored it.
Antonio Reese, Troy TrojanVision Sports. On Saturday, the Trojans picked up their 3rd win of the season with a victory over the Akron Zips. It was a close game that came down to the wire. Only a 5-point margin separated Troy from Akron in a 22-17 win.
Proud of our guys for finding a way to win, and so many times teams that don't play very well lose the game. That's the way it happens most of the time. And I think for us to win the game when we didn't play very well in any phase shows that we've got a little something about us. I'm not sure we would have won the game a year ago, and we played better football last year than any point we've played so far this year. But we didn't finish games real strong last year, and we've done that now 2 weeks in a row.
And on Saturday, the Trojans indeed finished strong. After falling behind late in the fourth quarter, Troy mounted a 97-yard touchdown drive to seal the victory, capped by DeAndre Douglas's acrobatic catch in the end zone.
If you go back through that last final stages and get a stop there on defense and then take the ball and go 97 yards is huge. I don't know how many 97-yard game-winning drives there's been in our football history, but I'm going to guess not a whole lot.
One thing Brown takes away from Saturday's game, besides a win, is an appreciation for the transformation of Troy's fan base at Veterans Memorial Stadium. It came from the outside perspective of a man who knows a thing or two about college football.
I want to thank our fans. I said this after the game, and I meant it. Veterans Memorial Stadium has turned into a great atmosphere for college football. Privileged during the one good thing about the lightning delay was Coach Bobby Bowden came into the field house to get out of the heat a little bit and was able to have a conversation with him. And he talked about how much Troy had changed. He had driven through Troy going from Tallahassee to Birmingham, and how he'd seen the university change, and it has brought some perspective on how far we've come.
Students and athletes took to the benches, but this was far from a normal workout. Money was raised through the entry fee to the event, which was $5 per student. The money will go to fight breast cancer. Almost 50 athletes and students were in attendance, where at least one participant from every Troy sport team was represented, competing to see who could bench the most weight. Finishing on top of the contest were Troy students Emia Somerville for the women and Taylor Edwards for the men.
I knew I was strong coming in, but strongest girl, it's exciting. And then your adrenaline high and everybody in your face, you can't help but to get the weight up, so it feels good.
We prepare every day, it's not a day off preparing for football, and I just Coach Horton, Coach Shaughnessy used to be my weight coach. I benched 400 pounds in high school, but since I've gotten here, I've gotten stronger, obviously. Troy's got a great weight program, great athletic department, all that kind of stuff, so it's pretty easy.
Money was raised through the entry fee to the event, which was $5 per student. The money will go to fight breast cancer.
So October is Breast Cancer Awareness Month, and we just wanted to make sure that we were doing all we could to raise awareness about this cause and raise money for research.
The event benefited in a big way. It helped the organization in their charity effort.
Raised right at $500. We had this bench off tonight, and I think it went real well. We had several of our athletes participate, almost 50, which I thought was a really good turnout, and all of them were really excited about what they were doing and the cause they were lifting for.
Antonio Reese, Troy TrojanVision News.